So, you did it. Your brand new website is out there in the world, and it looks great. But here's the thing. The second it went live, it started talking. So the big question is, are you actually listening? Today, we're going to figure out exactly what your website is trying to tell you. Okay, so your website's live. Now what? We've all been there, right? You feel that huge sense of relief, but then this little bit of uncertainty sets in. You start wondering, is anyone even on my site? Do they like it? Is this thing actually, working? If you don't have a plan to listen, you're basically flying blind. And that right there, that's your website's massive blind spot. Think about it. Without monitoring, you've poured all this effort into building this incredible digital machine, but you have zero idea how people are actually using it. What are they clicking on? What are they totally ignoring? Where do they just give up? It's a complete mystery. And this is a secret that a lot of people just miss. The goal is not to launch a perfect website from day one. Honestly, that's impossible. The real win, the real success, comes from paying attention to what happens after you launch and then making smart little tweaks based on what you learn. Because without that data, you're just guessing. You really can't answer the most basic questions like what's working or what's a total flop. You have no clue if your marketing is bringing in the right people or why a certain page is basically a dead end. And maybe the worst part? You are completely missing out on golden opportunities for growth that are literally right in front of you. So, okay, how do we fix this? Well, it all starts with a really simple but super powerful change in how you think. We're going to stop thinking about your website as just a bunch of code and pretty pictures. Instead, let's reframe it as something we all understand. I want you to imagine your website is a physical brick-and-mortar store. And all that analytics data you hear about, that's you. You're the store manager standing right there at the entrance, just watching how your customers move around. All of a sudden, those abstract numbers on a screen, they're not numbers anymore. They're real people doing real things. And when you think about it this way, the parallels are just incredible. In a real store, you'd see which products people are picking up and looking at, right? Well, online, that's just seeing which pages people spend the most time on. That dusty aisle in the back that everyone avoids, on your website, that's a page with a high exit rate. It is literally the same human behavior just happening in a digital space. Okay, so when you start thinking like a store manager, it opens up a whole new world. It doesn't just give you one way to improve things. It actually gives you two really different, really powerful paths forward. And this is the crucial shift right here. Monitoring your website isn't just about fixing what's broken or, plugging leaks. It's also about finding out what people absolutely love about your site and then figuring out how to double down on that. All right, path number one. I call this the detective. You're putting on your detective hat and you're looking for clues to solve a problem. Let's say your traffic suddenly just fell off a cliff. Your data is your magnifying glass. You can check, hey, did my search ranking tank? Or maybe that big ad campaign we were running just ended. And then there's the classic mystery. You're getting tons of visitors, but zero sales. That's a massive clue that something on the page, maybe the words, the layout, even the buy now button, it's just not hitting the mark. But then there's path number two, the magnifier. And honestly, this is where it gets really fun. This is all about finding your hidden gems and making them shine even brighter. You look at your data and see one blog post is just a total home run. The data's practically screaming at you, hey, write more stuff like this. Or what if one specific ad is just bringing in tons of traffic? Well, the message couldn't be clearer. Take your money and put more of it behind that ad. So you play detective, you use the magnifier, but here's the key. This isn't a one and done kind of thing. You don't just fix something and walk away. And that brings us to maybe the most important idea in all of this. Here it is. You are never done with your website. Ever. Every single click, every visitor, every piece of data, that's all feedback. Your job is to listen to that feedback, make a small change, and then listen again to see what happens. It's a nonstop cycle of improvement. And that whole process, that in a nutshell is what we call optimization. It sounds like a big, scary, technical word, but it's not. All it means is paying attention, adjusting as you go, and always, always trying to improve. It's not a destination you arrive at. It's something you're always doing. When you boil it all down, your analytics aren't just a bunch of numbers and charts on a screen. They are the voice of your customers. Your website's data is literally telling you a story. It's a story about what your visitors want, what's confusing them, and what really gets them excited. And your only job is to learn how to listen to that story. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about right now, this very second.